In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to take control of your life. Welcome to I Am Woke. I'm your host, Emelina Calder. I'm a spiritual coach, Akashic Records practitioner, and a psychic medium. It's my intention to share my ascension process with you to help you guys along your path so it's easier, more effortless, and you can manage your life and your circumstances efficiently. I wanted to shoot this video because I have been managing, controlling my own life. And I love to share what's going on for me because I know if I'm working through a really deep ascension process that everybody else needs it too. If you're new to my channel, I'd invite you to subscribe, tap that bell for notifications so you don't miss any amazing videos and energy updates. Every month they are channeled ascension updates that I channel through the Akashic Records, and I very often channel starseed light collectives that are mostly Arcturian and Pleiadian based. Without further ado, let's jump right in. How to take control of your life. Maybe you're in a position right now or a situation where it feels chaotic, or you're going with the flow and you don't know just how to manage getting your mind in alignment, getting yourself on track where you feel like everything that you're doing is moving yourself in the direction of where you actually want to go. And maybe you're feeling like you're just at a loss of control. There are too many things pulling and pushing on your energy, and you want to be able to manage that for yourself and know who you are and move forward in alignment, taking actions, taking steps every day in trust and faith, knowing that the absolute best is coming for you, feeling on track, feeling motivated, and accessing your highest potential. My first tip is to get really clear on your desires and what you want. So the reason why we experience so many different experiences and results in our lives is to prompt our own inner guidance to then choose what it is that we do want. When you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. But in order to start taking control of your life, you have to get superbly clear on exactly what you want. What does you and your highest potential look like for you? And you can tap into that by tapping into your heart. It's really easy to just take a few deep breaths into your heart space, sit in a few minutes of meditation, and ask yourself, if I could do absolutely anything and I knew that I would be successful, my success was absolutely guaranteed, what would I do? So many of us are tossing back and forth on what's my purpose. I want to make sure I'm on purpose and I'm in alignment with everything that's gonna, that God has for me. But when I'm channeling in so many of my sessions with so many different clients, your purpose is frequently created by you. Sometimes there are destiny purposes, but most of us are functioning on a level where it's up to us to decide what it is that we love, what we want to chase down with relentless pursuit, what we want to invite in using divine magic so that our lives can be easy and effortless and we can be on purpose with what we decide our purpose is to be. Now, don't let that be overwhelming. I know that's a lot of responsibility. Ultimately, your purpose is generally speaking going to be to live in joy and bliss, finding your way and your path to that every moment of every day. That's me making it a little bit easier for you guys. But it's the truth. When you're sitting in meditation, focusing on getting clear on what you want, visualize it. Visualize if you could be successful with anything, what truly would that look like? How would that feel? What does this version of yourself do? How do they act? How do they speak? And then when you're done, take out a notebook and start jotting down everything you experienced, what it is you want to do. If nothing bad would happen, if it was absolutely guaranteed, if everyone would still love you, what would you do? Get as clear as possible. Write down as many details as you possibly can. The universe loves clarity. And the more clear you are, the easier it's going to be for your higher self, your ancestors, your spirit guides to be able to facilitate you actually receiving what it is you want through bringing you into alignment with synchronicities and different aspects of human life through our experience that will click into place that will make sense to what you've asked for because you've asked with such a level of detail and clarity. The second tip I have for you is to remove any mental obstacles and emotional obstacles that are standing in the way. So many of us are asking for what we want, and maybe we're even getting very clear with it, but we have a belief system, an emotional pattern, a pattern of mental behavior that conflicts. It's in direct conflict with what it is that we're asking for. So it creates a disharmony, a dissonant pattern in our own wavelength and how we communicate to the universe. If you see the universe like a radio frequency, you are broadcasting, right? And you're broadcasting your frequency saying, this is what I want, this is what I want, I'm gonna have it. And then your mental and emotional patterns might also be, frequently are also broadcasting an entirely separate reality where you're saying, this is what I want, but this is what I believe I can have, and it's in direct conflict with everything I'm asking for. And then as you're broadcasting that, the universe is a mirror and is going to reflect back to you everything that you are broadcasting. So if you are broadcasting internal conflict, you will receive back circumstances that will show you your own internal conflict. This is things like events not lining up, situations not lining up, things being out of alignment, you being crunchy or inconsistent or frustrated. That's what it looks like. So what you need to do is focus on clearing and healing any mental thought patterns and any emotional patterns that would be in direct conflict with what it is you're asking for. I have 2 activities for you on this to do immediately so that you feel like you can actually clear this and do this and get in alignment with everything that you want. The first activity I would give to you is to handle your thoughts. Get a journal. The journaling helps significantly. There is something about pen to paper that just allows your thoughts to really materialize and become physical on the page, which allows your consciousness to actually directly confront it. Of course, you can do this on a computer too, but I really recommend actually actively writing in a journal. Now, this journal is a sacred, free place where you are not going to be judged for anything and nobody is going to read this. And what you're gonna do is once per day at least, sit down and write down all of the thoughts that are coming to mind. Everything. All the crunchy stuff. All of the mental chatter that is saying that you can't have what you want, that you're not worthy of it, that you're not capable of receiving it. Whatever it's gonna be, write it down. It can be more shadow oriented where you're angry and you're just like complaining. It can be more flowy. It can be, I just feel like I can't have it. Whatever it's gonna be, allow the thoughts to materialize. During the time where they are not materialized and they're kicking around in your head, you're giving them bandwidth. You're allowing them to project into your reality that then has to be reflected back. The moment you sit down to write down the thoughts, all of the crunchy thoughts, absolutely no judgment. Do not judge yourself for what you're about to write. You materialize them so that they become reality immediately in you being able to read your own thoughts instead of having to go through the manifestation process of them being reflected back to you so that you can then read your thoughts through what's going on in your reality. I really hope that makes sense. It's a really fast way of working through mental chatter. As you're writing, write everything that you want. Do not hold back. Do not self-judge. And when you're done, you're going to have a certain level of completion that will come to mind. You'll realize some of what you've written. You will actually subconsciously be able to tackle some of the thoughts you've been having. You'll be able to negate some of the thoughts and be like, that's not true. These things will happen as a natural process as you're journaling. And I recommend doing this in the morning, getting all the crunchy stuff out and just toss it to the side. It can also be done as a really great evening practice to decompress from your day and to release everything before you go to sleep so that you are going to sleep from a calm mental state and can begin to manifest what you want while you're sleeping. Now, on the journaling aspect, the next thing that you're gonna wanna do that you can do as an option is after you've gotten all the crunchy thoughts out, then start journaling from the place of what's new for me? What would be a new belief system? What could be easy if I could do anything and nobody would be upset and I wouldn't screw anything over and I could actually do whatever I wanted and I could be a free spirit here and everyone would be happy for me and I'd still be loved and liked? Then what is it that you would do? And just journal from that place of being in the future self. Like, what would I do? What could I explore? How could I adventure into this new reality just as a thought exercise? Start to tease that out and then just write down a list of everything that you want and expect to receive it. Give it up to source consciousness and say, this is my list of what I'm writing down. Like, this is everything that I want right now. And as it gets anchored onto the page, as I journal it out, I know that I am to receive it. And just write everything you want. Every goal, every aspiration, every relationship, get it all out on the page. And this is something that also can be done as a daily activity that I highly recommend because it will give you the mental clarity and allow you to sort through your own thoughts faster than if you were to leave your thoughts in your subconscious, continue to walk through your reality and wait for reality to then reflect it back to you, for you to get frustrated and upset, and then to try to make the changes that way. It's an expedited process. The second process I would guide you through is a way to tackle your emotions in under 60 seconds so that you can eliminate any lower vibrational emotions as they're coming up during their day. Repetition with this one is absolutely key. So whenever you are experiencing a low vibrational emotion, you're gonna wanna take yourself through this process throughout your day. What it does is it harmonizes and neutralizes your lower vibration negative emotions, bringing you back into a state of balance so that you can then reset and move forward in positive expectation. Okay. It's really simple. Here we go. When you're experiencing an emotion that's a lower vibrational emotion, like anger, you're gonna label it. Labeling it gets a hold of it in your subconscious. So if you're really frustrated or you're really angry, you're gonna say to yourself, and I like to say this out loud, I'm angry. and sit in that for just a moment. And then you're gonna ask your higher guides, your higher self, using your spiritual awareness, what is the opposite of that emotion? And just sit and receive for a minute. Whatever comes to mind first, the fastest response is the thing that is the opposite. It's not always an opposite emotion. Frequently, my guides will send me images of balloons or an airplane or an orange. It's super random. The point is that it doesn't need to be an equal opposite emotion for you to wrap your head around. You are pulling into the quantum field and you are accessing the opposite of the lower vibrational emotion. You're bringing in the opposite frequency so that the frequencies, the wavelength forms, can balance out and neutralize and come to a steady, still place. Once you grab a hold of what the opposite is, you're gonna sit for a moment and you're gonna label it and say the same thing. I'm gonna sit for a moment and ask for the opposite of anger. I am freedom. Label the frequency, whatever it is that jumped into your mind, and then sit in it and take a deep breath in and allow it to permeate into your energetic fields. Breathe out. And then just feel your body for a moment, like 1 to 2 deep breaths. I promise you, like, this stuff is magic. It works so fast and it'll neutralize that emotion. And then if you have another emotion right behind it, which is frequently the case, like, okay, well, I'm frustrated now, then you're gonna work it out. You label the emotion, I'm frustrated. You say, what's the opposite of that emotion? I'm seeing balloons in a green field. So I'm gonna say, I'm balloons in a green field. Then you breathe in, you allow it to neutralize, and you set it down. And you'll find this is a really fast way to eliminate any negative emotional resistance that you have. The third tip I have for you is to be in faith. It means to believe that even if your circumstances don't look like it, even if you can't see the results yet, and to believe that they must be making their way to you. Just because you can't see the results doesn't mean that your reality is not immediately shifting to support what it is you've been asking for. It's your job to stay in faith. It is your job to trust your process. It is your job to nurture and coddle yourself along the way, to give yourself big, deep hugs and say, it's coming. I'm becoming. This is getting closer for me. Everything is working out. You can always check in on some Abraham Hicks videos over here on YouTube if you want to go on a rampage on everything working out for you. I highly recommend it. Step 4 is to listen deeply to your guidance and then to take action on that faith. Whatever you are guided to do, wherever your flow is leading you to take for actions, those are the actions you're going to move into. Every action you take is a prayer to the divine. It is a prayer to source. And whatever your intention is, you're going to want to focus on it and take action in prayer and release that prayer into your reality, knowing that what you want, everything that you desire, must come back to you. These are my 4 steps on how to begin to take control of your life. I absolutely hope you guys loved this video. If you did, please remember to go give it a thumbs up below. Subscribe and tap that bell for notifications so you don't miss any amazing videos and energy updates. I'm going to continue to share my ascension process with you guys. I'm really looking forward to help you expedite your process so you can become and access your absolute highest potential. If you guys are interested in working with me, I will leave links in the description below. I'm a spiritual high performance coach. I help people access their absolute highest potential, clear anything that stands in the way, and do it through channeling their highest self and highest potential via their own spirit guides and the Akashic records. If this resonates, I invite you to apply in the link in the description below. I also have a program called the Akashic Records Immersion. It's an online program where I show you and take you step by step in an extraordinary deep dive on how to open up your own Akashic records and begin to channel your own highest self, your highest good. Your spiritual awareness will increase. It's a beautiful ascension technology, a beautiful ascension process where I teach you how to activate your highest potential, get out of your way, and navigate your life from a place of ease. Rather than feeling all crunchy around uncertainty, you'll begin to understand how to navigate your own life from the place of knowing who you are, feeling extraordinarily guided, and becoming your own best guru. Lastly, if you're interested in the Akashic records, I do have a free video training with 6 different videos and a 70-minute beautiful workshop that you can access on demand whenever you want. I'll leave a link for you below. Thank you so much, you guys. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video.